Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Coal Iron YouTube channel to another episode of our American Made series. My name is Logan. I'm one of the engineers at Coal Iron. We're here at Rick Hinderer Knives with none other than Rick Hinderer himself to do a spotlight on his shop setup here. So Rick, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks a lot, Logan. Thanks for coming out. And we're here at the ranch. Beautiful day. This is my partner in Sam, Santa Rita. He's the general manager of Rick Hinderer Knives. And I'll be doing a lot of the old stuff because I'm old. Sam's young. He'll be answering some of the new questions of Rick Hinderer Knives. And yeah, we'll have fun.
Awesome. Let's jump into it.
All right, Logan, we're standing in front of a Omax water jet machine. Now, a water jet is, it actually cuts. It cuts like a laser. So that's how I kind of explain to people. It's really hard. Okay, is it using water to cut? What we're doing is we're cutting out the lock sides or the blades for our knife. So we put a sheet of like titanium in. I think blades, those are blades. We're putting a sheet of steel like 20 CV. We put it in the water jet on the table, and then this thing under about, I think we're working at about 53,000 PSI. And what it's doing is the water's not doing the cutting. Actually, they call it an abrasive water jet machine. The reason why is because it's garnet, but it's really sand. It's like really purified sand. And it goes down through, all of the water comes down through, and it goes through a nozzle that's about 15 thou in diameter, or 20 thou in diameter. And then at the very end, it injects sand in it. And that's what actually does the cutting. This is the start. So every knife pretty much starts here.
So Sam, we just finished up at the water jet where we're cutting out blades and handle frame coupons from your sheet material. So what are we doing now?
So now we're standing in front of the machining centers, specifically our Haas mills or VF2s. Basically everything that comes off that water jet, all the coupons are gonna have to be milled. And that is where we have to put in the effort in planning, especially for all the different models and all the different grinds we have.
All the production scheduling.
Yep. Yeah. Make sure that we've got the capacity to just run everything according to schedule that we need to, and support our accessories. That's just another additional thing that's specific, I would say, to us in that scale. Whereas we have to kind of get ahead on lock sides, get ahead on blades if we want to come off and run titanium handles. So we juggle it pretty well, and we have a great crew. The machinists are absolutely killing it right now, keeping the tolerances really tight, so it's been great.
And that's one of the things that you guys, that our viewers might not necessarily understand, is if they buy a Rick Hinderer knife, everything in that knife you guys are making here in-house. Correct?
Yes. We've got a Swiss machine and some other lathes that we're running a lot of the hardware on. And as I said earlier, the mill's doing all the blades, all the lock sides, liners. We're doing the G10,
that's awesome.
Everything.
It's truly made in America.
Yep.
Right here in Ohio. That's awesome.
That's right, made in the USA, baby.
All right, so once we're done with the mills, where do we head from there?
From there, we'll head on to finishing.
Awesome. Let's go check it out. Awesome, so we just came from the main machine floor with your fleet of hostas that you've got making parts. So where are we now?
Okay, we're in the finishing room. Now, what it is here is after all of the parts get done, what I tell people is everything that we make has to be finished. It has to have a finish on it. We have our working finish that we do, stone wash finish, different finishes that we do here at Rick Hinderer Knives. So everything that gets made on the shop floor, everything ends up going through this room. And so I'll kind of do an overview of what we do on how we get the finishes that we want. So for stone wash, for instance, we started out using like a bowl tumbler, great big bowl vibratory thing, and it works. But I ended up going to a more of a high energy tumbler, and this is a tumbling machine that I got. It looks like a great big old washing machine. Yeah. It actually sounds like it, don't it, Derek? Big washing machine. Derek is our main finisher here. He runs the finishing room, and he's off camera. You might see him walking through here, but anyway, so this will do in 20 minutes what like a big bowl tumbler takes 2 days. It's really incredible. It's like a big Ferris wheel. So it's got a great big like wheel in it that turns, and then individual buckets that turn opposite. And So it's really, but it's pretty much all the same as ceramic stones. So this is what gets our stone wash finish. And from there, we also do all of our sandblasting. So we have sandblast cabinets. And these are pretty basic sandblast cabinets. So we still using technology. I started, 30-some years ago when I first started making knives. So we really haven't changed a whole lot from that sense. So it's just basic. So when we do our working finish and things like that, we use that. And then, of course, all of our G10, our micarta, everything is also finished in here. All of the pens that we make, all of that is finished in here. So like I said, just pretty much everything. Derek's got a pretty important job because of the fact that all of the really nice finishes that we're known for all of our knives comes from here. Yeah. So how about we walk over to the sharpening. Obviously the very last thing that we do is sharpen the knife. That's one thing a lot of people always ask me, well, don't you get cut quite a bit making knives? And I'm like, no, because it's not a knife until the very last thing. Right. Everything is done before it actually gets the edge on it. So that is truly the last process. So I'll have Sam explain all of that.
Just like Rick said, the last part of the process really is sharpening, and especially because we hand sharpen, it takes a lot of skill, a lot of steadiness, and just a lot of repetition. Just to train someone to do it can take, months, especially before it's really good. And I think that's something that we pride ourselves in here. Rick's standard for like how good the bevels look and just that even finish on both sides and everything. It's not just about being sharp, it's about looking good too, especially for the quality of our knives. And that's something that we take a lot of pride in. We will typically hit them here first, make a few passes, and then we'll finish them on a leather strop immediately following. And another very important part of sharpening is it's also another form of quality control. Shipping is going to touch it last, and they'll also do their quality control, but the sharpener, he's gonna flip it and take a look and everything, and it's just another fail-safe in the process.
All right, Rick, so we just took a look at the finishing and sharpening room, and this is the process that kind of happens between those two, right?
Yeah, actually everything from the finishing room, so all the parts and pieces that get ready to go to be actually assembled into knives come up here. Okay. And this is kind of where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. Okay. So everything, all of the, down here is really important, all the really important machining, the tight tolerances, everything, when they come up here and they actually are assembled into knives, that's like more like automated as far as machine work up here. Now we're back to hand work. Okay. So this is where the quality comes into Hinderer knives. Not, we have the quality machining and everything down there, but they come up here and then it's the hand work. It's each individual assembler that we have that's actually building the knives out.
So Sam, there's a huge wall here of all kinds of colors of scales and stuff. What do we got going on over here?
Yes, so this wall specifically is all of our scales, the G10. There are some micarta handles for fixed blades, but you can kind of see as we're walking around up here, there's just bins and bins and bins. There's probably hundreds of bins. I swear we order more every year, and it's just kind of, that's the accessories. That's our thing. We have titanium hardware, copper hardware, brass hardware. We have different color scales you can pick from, we have micarta scales, titanium scales. And so that's just one of the cool things about the projects here at Rick Hinderer Knives is when it all comes together, it's kind of a lot of pieces that ended up having to be made for that project to come to light. So, and then it's not just one of those where you make the model and you're done till on to the next one. You have to support it. Of course. And that's where all the hardware comes in, and that's what our customers expect. And we've done a pretty good job, I would say, this year of trying to catch up with demand on the hardware. Definitely got more out than we did last year and the year prior. And so we're just gonna keep working on it and giving our customers the accessories that we know they want.
Awesome. Yep. So Rick, we just finished up the massive tour of the production facility, but this is a slightly different setting, and it's actually the reason why we're visiting you today.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Tell us a little bit more about where we're standing.
Okay, we're standing actually in an old late 1850s era stable from, it was actually a sheriff's department a few counties south of us. And this is my new farm that I purchased a couple years ago. And this building was actually tore down and then rebuilt on this site by the former owner of this farm.
That's awesome.
And in my decision to buy the farm, this building made a big part of it because this is a blacksmith shop.
Yeah.
It looks like an old-time blacksmith shop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously, you know, a lot of people know that I started out forging. I was a bladesmith for many, many years. And I wanted to get back into my roots, to go back to my roots and start forging again. And so I thought, this is perfect. This is a blacksmith shop. But anyway, I went to my friend's Tim Troyer, and he said, come on down, let's make some steel.
Yeah.
And it'd been, prior to that, it was years since I had made a billet of steel. And so he laid up the billet, and we started working on one of these. Not this actual press,
Not
of
this
course.
one, but a 16-ton.
But a 16-ton Coal Ironworks press. And I'm like, after I made that billet of steel, I'm like, I gotta get one.
You gotta get one.
Gotta get one. I said, this is the cat's ass. And I was kind of slow. It was like the next blade show. And that's when I showed up at your booth.
Yep.
And you had this beast.
Actually at the booth.
Actually
This
at
is
the booth.
This is the prototype.
Yeah, the prototype. Actually at the booth. And I don't know if it was you working or one of you guys was working it, showing me all the bells and whistles of the control. And I'm like, oh shit, that is, yeah. And I was so impressed that I was like, I want this. And they're like, oh, you can order it. No. I want this. I want this one. I want to buy this one. And there was a lot of,
Oh yeah, I think we could do that.
it's a prototype.
Yeah.
Good. I want it. And so I purchased this. You guys brought it out and set it up. And obviously, you can see I've made some steel on it, and it works. Yeah, I love it. Obviously, I love it because you guys brought this one out.
We just brought another one. We're your valet press delivery service.
yeah, exactly. And I can't wait to get working with it as well. And who knows, maybe I'll end up with that other one. So,
Yeah.
Love you guys' products, and I can't wait to really get forging. I'm going to be doing a lot of kind of, again, get back to my roots, handmade stuff.
Absolutely.
Completely. That'll be very exclusive pieces that I'm going to be making, and obviously forged knives like I used to do, and I'm excited about it. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of going full circle. You guys seen my horses? So I've actually gotten back into horses, and kind of coming full circle with the whole thing.
That's awesome.
So it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Well, we're really excited to see where you take these two machines, and as you're building your forge shop out, and really appreciate you having us out here. Thank you again.
No problem.
So
My
much.
pleasure. Hope you guys come out again.
Awesome.
And bring another one of these.
Yeah, for sure. Right on. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this whole American Made shop tour. It's just one of a huge series that we've been working on. We have a lot more coming on that American Made series as we continue to travel around and feature companies all across the country still building stuff here in America. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and do all the YouTube things, and stay tuned for more very soon from Coal Iron. Thanks.